Family Feud.
Tyler, man, tell him you miss him. Do you see you guys rekindling things when he gets out? I don't know how Tyler is, so I won't pretend that I do. I hear that he's okay. We don't speak. I think that I had a lot of time to process what went wrong in our relationship and process the relationship in total, because I was processing while I was in it. There was a lot of things. Of course, neither of us were perfect in the relationship, but there was a lot of things that were happening to me. So I think I had more time to like detach myself from that relationship. And for him, I think it feels like that's just happening for him.
Yeah, no buff.
Oh, for real, they act like they happy and they call that little ass to the time, man. I'm rich as shit. They don't give a fuck about doing those damn years.
Yeah, no motherfucking secret.
Gotta live. I walk my dog. Yeah. I walk my dog. Yeah. Strong arm robbery the strong way. Let me get that shit the strong way.
To share on the story we first told you about in the news at 5 o'clock, 16 men from our area are facing charges in connection to crimes in 4 states.
Katie Lusso is on that story for us. And Katie, we understand these are some pretty serious allegations, from armed carjackings to even money laundering.
Yes, they certainly are. And police tonight believe this violent crime ring, as they called them, committed 9 armed robberies over the course of a year up and down the East Coast. Their target, Asian-owned jewelry stores. Investigators say the majority of getaway vehicles they used were stolen.
Last fall, some of the defendants committed a violent carjacking in Maryland, and they used the stolen vehicle as a getaway vehicle during one of the robberies.
The 16 people indicted range from 21 to 45 years old. Investigators say they found 7 guns, including a machine gun, and $300,000 in a safe when they made the arrests.
Police in D.C. say the man who created the Jury Heist Avengers was finally sentenced. The last of 16 suspects, 9 stores, Asian-owned jewelry stores that is, 4 states, all in the span of 1 year. Not to mention millions of dollars unaccounted for. Now, it's mentioned on the second week of 2026, the D.C. District Attorney has said that this local rapper had allegedly been the mastermind, the last to accept responsibility in his role in robbing jewelry stores on the East Coast. Now, we briefly covered that indictment when he first got arrested. We broke it down to the T. I'll leave the link in the bio. But what we didn't talk about is his co-defendants. And one who was a local rapper and wasn't able to be charged because he unfortunately lost his life after a chase from one of these jewelry store robberies in New Jersey. That person, who we'll later identify and pay our respects to, was a local rapper who some say was more known in the DMV than Taliban Glizzy, who the district attorney say was the mastermind. A man who moved from Florida to the DC area at a very early age, who some say had the potential to make it far in his rapping ability, but instead the streets kept calling him. Now that everybody is sentenced in this indictment, I think it's only right we share his story. Go over this story in its entirety. Identify who this suspect was/victim. See how he was involved in this indictment according to the black and white. Talk about the sentences of each suspect/co-defendant and see what the alleged mastermind had to say after recently getting sentenced and making a phone call home. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I won't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna jump right to it.
I never thought I'd see the time of day, but they paying me now to let y'all know how to make some money out while y'all watching me. Man, we family. Of course I'ma do it. So the name of this app called Free Cash App. You're basically playing the game to make some money on, some money. This is what I'ma do. This Free Cash App, I'ma leave the link in the bio. My QR code would also be on the screen. Take a picture, get directly to the app. For the inconvenience, I'm gonna leave y'all $5. That's a gift from me to you.
In the last 24 hours, Trevor Wright, also known as Taliban Glizzy, as mentioned, the person we once covered, well, a leaked phone call between him and another inspiring rapper from DC has been released. Him giving his take after being sentenced to 18 years. And this is what he had to say.
Yeah, no buff.
Oh, for real, they act like they happy and they call that little ass to the time, man. I'm rich as shit. They don't give a fuck about doing those damn years.
Yeah, no motherfucking secret.
Ball wide senses ain't stopping nothing, man. I'm still having fun, man. Niggas still getting money, still fucking bitches, still getting niggas blew up, you hear me? This shit ain't stopping nothing by locking me up, you hear me?
Ain't no motherfucking secret, you hear me? You know, shit like that, you hear me? You know, we adopt our habitats, man.
They gotta put a nigga like me under this deal to stop me, you hear me?
Ain't no motherfucking secret, Slim, you hear me? what he was supposed to. I'm
And them people supposed to end, man. My nigga solidified, man. And the nigga got him released me.
Who you telling?
That shit ain't no sucker shit.
Ain't no motherfucking secret.
Ain't nothing, no interrogation room, no pillow talking, no bitch, none of that shit.
Now in return, the DA came out and said this.
Hi everyone, it's Judge Janine. Trevor Anthony Wright may not be a name that you're familiar with, but Taliban Glizzy may be. He's a DC rapper who has now been sentenced as a result of a prosecution by my office to 219 months in jail, which is a little over 18 years. He was charged with robberies of various jewelry stores up and down the eastern seaboard from Florida to New Jersey. He and his crew would go into these jewelry stores with sledgehammers and guns and all kinds of things and break up cases, threaten employees, and he stole about $3.2 million in jewelry. So here's the good news. You don't have to worry about these kinds of robberies anymore, and you don't have to worry about Taliban Glizzy anymore, because he won't be around for a good 18 years.
So as you can see, she was getting petty herself. Now if you want a full deep dive on Taliban Glizzy indictment, make sure you hit the link in the bio and check out the previous video. But from here on out, in this video, I want to dedicate this video to the man who would have been indicted if he didn't unfortunately lose his life. His name was Joshua Matthew, a dad, an aspiring rapper, and loved by many. He went by the rap stage name Knucklehead. Time fly. He made headlines a decade ago when he did a freestyle to 51 Nights, gaining over 500,000 views and counting. He did an interview with Big Mouth Media 5 years ago. Talked about being in and out of jail. He also talked about moving to the DMV area at 9 years old from Florida. His mom had enough and wanted to make sure he had some guidance from his dad. And at that point, he didn't even know him. Never saw him physically before. Check out a clip.
AKA walk up, AKA no mask, AKA Knucklehead. They call me Knucklehead. You know what I'm saying?
So look, man, I saw that you moved from Florida to Maryland. I seen in the interview you said I guess a situation happened that led you to get on the plane and head up to the DMV. Like what was the actual situation though that went down that caused you to move?
Shit, like I was 9 years old and shit. School, I was in school and shit. Pretty much, I wasn't listening to my mom. You know, when a female trying to raise a young nigga or a man, that's something a father figure I had to do. So my mom being a female, she couldn't really do it. She tried though. So she like, nigga, you going with your daddy, nigga. Yeah.
Yeah. So look, did you know your dad before you actually got on the plane though?
Nah, fuck no, I ain't even know dog. Like, I ain't even never seen dog or nothing. Dog used to send me rackets, shoes and shit. Like he wasn't no deadbeat though. Like I just ain't know, she ain't let me know. I was calling somebody else my dad.
Dang. So like describe the feeling though when you first actually like met your dad though. Like how was that?
Shit, first thing I did, nigga asked me was like, you home? When I got off the plane, I'm by myself too. He got off the plane, I'm like, he like, you home? I'm like, yeah. The nigga don't look like me nothing. He big, fat, black nigga like, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I ain't my dad, she tripping. So he's like, you home? I'm like, yeah. That nigga went and took me about like 3 boxes a piece. So I'm like, how the fuck I'm gonna get all this shit by myself? Yeah.
So when you first met your dad, like you didn't think that was your dad or what?
Hell no, I didn't think that was my dad. But I go home, shit. I started looking for shit. Like say you got a son, you start looking for shit. Your son do to let you know, yeah, that's my son. Like me,
yeah.
I go to sleep when I laying down shit. But I just have my arm out there cooling real quick. Man, I walk past, go to the bathroom, I seen this nigga doing the same shit. I'm like, yeah, that's my dad.
Yeah. So have y'all been able to form like a bond though since you've been back, or?
Nah, my daddy gone. He deceased real quick.
Oh, rest in peace.
Yeah, he gone. He died in 2010.
Do you want to speak on like what happened with that?
He had like 3 heart attacks real quick.
3 heart attacks?
Yeah, 3 heart attacks right back to back. And one nobody in the house. And he had him in there by himself.
Yeah. So look though, being that you from Florida, are you still connected out there or what? Like, do you go back and visit or you stay in touch or what? What's going on?
Yeah. That's like, yeah.
How often you go back to Florida?
Yeah. See, right now, I'm in the system real quick, like, so it's gonna be hard for me real quick. But I don't go like I used to go every summer. I was in school and shit, but now nigga ain't in school. When shit going on, or when a nigga get to missing it, nigga slide back down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So look, so your relationship with your mother though, how has that played out? Being that you kind of like, since you moved from Florida to the DMV, like, have y'all been able to stay strong, or like, how's that relationship?
Shit cool, you feel me? See, coming up, when I was a little nigga, I ain't look at life how I look at life right now. Cause right now, I'm a parent my goddamn self. So, all those conniving shit a nigga used to do, nigga ain't really, you know what I'm saying?
Congratulations, man. How many times you been locked up before?
Locked up with that, but really sat down real quick. Two
times? So look, this last time, what was the reason you got locked up?
Man, every fucking time I go to jail for a goddamn gun.
So what made you want to just like really just cop the deal instead of actually fighting it though? Like, I know you said somebody told, but like you didn't think you had no chance of actually beating it, or?
Hell no. Hell no. And it was a fucking high speed chase.
Oh, you took them on a high speed chase?
Hell yeah. You thought I'm finna, man, okay, I like to hit at their ass, shit. And I said, nah, they got goddamn, it's 3 cars, trucks, and shit. Nah, they got more bullets than me. Fuck no.
So look though, how long did the chase last?
Shit, if you familiar with the city, shit started over there near Heddenburg, off of there by the Wendy's shit, and wind up catching a nigga over there southwest. Yeah, over there by the what's that? Soccer stadium. Over there round the corner from the stadium and them houses and shit over there.
Yeah. So what was you actually thinking though when you was taking them on the chase though? Did you think you was gonna get away, or you kind of just like were just trying to get low, like you weren't even really thinking?
Fuck that! I just wanted to get far away enough so I could get this off.
Yeah.
As you can see, fam, Knucklehead was no stranger when it came from running from police, even while in the vehicle. And unfortunately, that's exactly how he lost his life. But this time, he wasn't the driver. You see, according to the indictment, one of the 9 robberies with Taliban Glizzy and the 16 co-defendants had happened on December 22nd, 2022. A jewelry store robbed in Franklin Park, New Jersey. The store was called Sentiments Incorporation. Now remember, fam, they targeted Asian-owned jewelry stores. You'll later find out it's easier to sell. I mean, it's high purity gold, 22K to 24K, and many South Asian jewelry stores carry 22K or 24 karat gold. It's a higher purity than typical US retail, which is often 10K to 14K. Why this matter? The higher, more melt value, less loss when refined. Buyers don't need brand names, just weight and purity. That was the second to last armed robbery the crew would do. But shortly after, they split it up in stolen vehicles. And the stolen Dodge Charger was a Maryland resident identified as Franklin Hunter as the driver, 32 years old. Apparently he crashed after fleeing authorities. Prosecutors called the scene a multi-vehicle crash. Prosecutors say Franklin's nickname is Gino, and he was going at a high rate of speed trying to flee. He ended up hitting 3 other vehicles. Tragically, Joshua Matthews, just 31 at the time, aka Knucklehead, was the passenger from Washington, D.C. and was found deceased in the Charger. May he rest in peace and loving condolences to his family. Other occupants of the Charger reportedly fled the scene with help from associates. The individuals in the other vehicles involved in the crash were transported to a local hospital for treatment of their injuries. And at that time, police only said they was fleeing an armed robbery. They didn't go into detail. And the only reason we know that Franklin was the driver is because almost 2 years later he would get arrested, February of 2024. And that indictment gave those details we just went over. Essentially, he was charged for his own man's demise. Franklin was charged with a slew of serious offenses, including first-degree aggravated manslaughter, second-degree vehicular homicide, and second-degree knowingly leaving the scene of a motor vehicle accident resulting in the death, among others. And essentially, it was a loss for his family, but he also escaped being indicted. The crew went on one more run in January of 2023, and that was their last. But there you have it, fam. This was the story of what the District of Attorney DA claims the jury heist Avengers that totaled in millions, 9 robberies, 9 stores in the span of a year, leaving the last person breathing being sentenced to 18 years but also behind the scene was the cause of another local rapper losing his life trying to flee the scene of one of these jury heists. It's an unfortunate situation for everyone involved. Want to send love and prayers again to the victim, and love and condolences to his family. Fam, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this one in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and today.
Appreciate you for clicking on the video. Before you go, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm out.